Tell us a little bit about how you first discovered that he was interested in this kind of thing.
Well, it was a bit of luck, really. What happened was one Christmas we had a plans to get for Cameron's birthday, because Cameron's birthday's on Boxing Day. Get him his presents taken to him when he's on holiday, and he had a little Segway. And the Segway actually got banned 1 hour before I arrived at Gatwick Airport. So I turned up through the Isle of Man with this little wheelie thing with batteries in. And you'll remember on TV they were setting it on fire. So I turned up there, got for the Isle of Man Airport, explained to them what it was. And then when I got to Gatwick, they had a little photocopy of a piece of paper. And they all went very quiet and said, sorry, they've just been banned. So they took it off me. And then I jumped on a flight and we arrived on holiday, and Cameron's birthday being on Boxing Day, we had no presents whatsoever for him. So we went down to the local kind of electrical store, and they had DJ decks. I thought, well, I've never seen one of them before. And Cameron loves it. So he's tried it out, loved it, got really good at it. Then he's been bought a bigger, more professional version, and he's taken it from there.
Cameron, can you remember that birthday?
Yes, it was very surprising because they took me in there and I was just looking around, like joking with the decks, like spinning the wheels and all that. And then they bought it for me and they're like, oh yeah, you've actually got a Segway at home. I was like, okay. Well,
and how old were you?
I think I was like 9 or 8 or something like that.
And then that just unleashed this interest. So you started off presumably sort of learning a bit about the decks that you had, and then did you know much about DJing before that?
Not really. When you're young, you just see stuff on the internet like Carl Cox and all that, and Avicii, and you want to be like them a bit, but it's hard to do that because they're so trained and all that. But when you start, all you can do is press play and hope for the best. But when you get older and more trained, you understand how to do it and what to do and the audience and all that.
Can I just say, you mentioned Avicii. We just played Avicii. Does that mean we're down with the kids?
Dream on, dream on. And was it the music or the sort of technical side which sort of drew you in? Was it the, as you say, the technicality of doing the actual DJing, or was it the sort of the music which sort of drew you into it in the first place?
I think it was like the technical side that it's hard to do. Not everyone can do it. And if you can do it, it's like playing the piano, not everyone can do it. And you're different to everyone else, and you've got that hobby which not everyone can do.
Yeah.
It's not like football or basketball, which everyone does. It's something different.
And you have to be musical yourself, you think, in order to be a good DJ?
I think, yeah, you've got to enjoy the music yourself and want to make it and want to actually enjoy music.
And you're organising an event in January. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's called the Under-15s Rave, and it's something for kids between 11 to 15 to come along and enjoy. It's like really fun. It's a lot of fun to come down to a rave because it's something you can't always do. It's hard to explain how the feeling is and all that, but it's really fun to come do and all that.
It sounds like it's going to be a great event. It's on January the 18th. As you say, it's for 11 to 15-year-olds. It's at the courthouse. So for lots of people, for lots of young people, that'll be the first time they've ever been in there, I guess.
Yeah, the courthouse is probably the best club on the Isle of Man. It's amazing. I love it so much. It's good for kids to go see the courthouse and be in there.
And you are doing that event with somebody else, another DJ. Tell us about her.
Yeah, I'll be doing it with Rachel Pardone. She taught me how to DJ and how to mix and all that.
That is so cool, isn't it? And Miles, from your point of view, we're talking about the rave scene that he's talking about here. I guess you have to be a little bit protective, don't you, from the point of view of having young people get into that sort of scene?
No, you got to do it quite carefully. So with Cameron, he's had Rachel, who's helped him all the way through. She's explained to him all the technicalities of how to mix, and he's learned how to act as a DJ. So he's been into the clubs, obviously when there's no one there, and the clothes, but he's seen all the equipment, all the lights, and it's all been turned on, and he's seen what happens. On holiday, he's seen the big bars and clubs where you can go into and see what's happening. But no, so with Cameron's rave, I mean, when we say rave, we would have called it a disco. But the kids now with words disco, that's like real 1970s. So the technical word for the kids now, if we're down on the street, it's a rave, but it's really a disco. So for the kids' rave, he's actually done all this himself. I've not actually helped him. So he actually went up to the courthouse, spoke to them, said, "Look, I'd like to have a kids' rave here." He booked the time. He's going to arrange security. He's going to have some proper security guards there on the door.
Wow.
Which he's got to pay for. And basically, it's going to be structured properly so that it's safe. It's a safe environment. And the kids there can just have a load of fun. It's only on for 2 hours. They're going to come in. It's just going to basically be a big kids party in January. It should be good fun.
Oh, it just sounds brilliant. And just to ask super quickly as well, do you use records, or is it the sort of more modern kit that you're doing?
We're using USB sticks and downloads off the internet and iTunes and all that.
There you go, thoroughly modern.
Delighted to say that Cameron did bring his decks with him. So I think what we'll do is we'll pop into the other studio. He can set it up. I mean, I could show you how to do it, but I'll probably leave it to you.
Yeah,
And,
groove on down there, baby.
All right. We'll record a little video and pop it on the Facebook and YouTube channel if you're up for that, Cameron.
Yeah, that'd be
okay.
great.
Great idea. So the event itself, if you want your young'uns, I suppose, to go along to that one. I sound like I'm a grandma. It's Saturday, January the 18th at the Courthouse. And do people have to get tickets in advance, Cameron? Or?
Yes, you can either buy them on Eventbrite online or else at the book company in town.